the announcement, whoever or whatever statement made by whoever who are against the ISA, I supported it. This is because the ISA is a draconian law that have stifled the freedom of expression in our country for a very long time, since 1960. So for Najib to make such a statement, one must see it that he's trying to liberalize the country. And that is a plus for the Prime Minister. But I have a caveat here. For the past 7 or 8 months or for a year, Najib has been seen to have made various policies and he reversed his decision. For example, the gambling license. For example, recently the tax, GST tax on prepaid mobile phone. These are policies that he had proposed, and of course he denied proposing it. So one would like to see whether something could really be pulled out from his statement concerning the ISA, or it's just a public relation exercise when Najib now is in a tremendous opposition, not only by the people outside the party, but also within the party. Najib now has been very, very isolated. There are some section of this party, he is not very happy of his performance. So Najib now is moving with the new idea of abolishing the Internal Security Act.
So is the announcement is a political move for Najib to make himself popular among rakyat?
Najib make this announcement, if you could recollect your memory well, the statement about his announcement was made only on Thursday. It was announced by the Minister of Information that the Prime Minister will make an announcement, a major announcement in the evening before the 16th of September. It was speculated that the ISA, it's concerning the ISA. What is interesting is that in some of the news, particularly in Malay, but the news that in the website and the blog, that Najib did not discuss what was discussed with his member of his cabinet. As a matter of fact, it was so secretive that nobody knows what was the announcement. So, to me, this only reflects that Najib's the policy made by Najib, it wasn't endorsed by the whole cabinet. It was not democratically discussed. Najib have a fear that somebody might sabotage his desire to abolish the ISA. Yes, Najib wanted to have a PR exercise. He wanted to be seen as a Democrat. He wanted to be seen as somebody who's concerned about the issue that is the issue of democratization. I mean, his popularity, according to the Merdeka Review, is sliding downward. But one must remember, our country is not a presidential election. So the popularity of one person, it means nothing at all. So there's a lot of confusion here. Because Najib is not popular does not mean that Barisan Nasional will not be elected in the next general election. Doesn't matter. It doesn't mean that. We are not like United States of America, where the personality of the future president or the current president matter very much. Okay. Yes, Najib was trying to create a new image for himself in particular, but also for Barisan Nasional in general. And this is as a result of the last election, 8 March, but more so as a result of 9 of July, when people came out on the street, protest, demanding the 8-point program by Bersih. And I think Najib failed miserably in handling the Bersih demand properly. He was seen as a wishy-washy, he was seen as a flip-flop. At one stage he wanted to meet Bersih leadership, at the other stage it's not me, it's somebody else. So he's seen as a weakling, you know. So and he was trying to recover from the damage, and I think his advisor must have advised him abolishing the ISA, making a statement abolishing the ISA could be a good move. Listen, we're not sure when the ISA will be abolished. He just say that I have the intention. Saya akan. The key word here is akan. Akan is the future. So it could be 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years. It can akan. It's a future. So it's akan dimansuhkan. So when? You know. So this is not sure. So Najib is using this, asking the people, saya akan mansuhkan ISA ini jika tuan-tuan semua mengundi saya kembali. So that's how I read about it. Ambiga was saying that the abolishing of the ISA is a result of the civil society, which is very true. For a very long time, since 1960, the Perikatan and then Barisan Nasional has been refusing to change, modify, or let alone to mansuhkan Akta Keselamatan Dalam Negeri. There's protests, small protests, but 2 years ago when there was a big protest anti-ISA, yeah, it's reflected that this desire by the population for a more democratic Malaysia. And whoever wanted to rule this country must realize that there is no two other way but to democratize this country. So I'm sure the civil society plays a very important part. The Gerakan Mansuh ISA, the Suara, even the Bersih, everybody who had chipped in, the student, the workers, the young people, the ex-detainees themselves who have voiced their opinion against the ISA. They all played a part in abolishing the ISA. Now come to Najib, who wanted to take the credit. I think if I were Najib, I'll be ashamed to take a credit, something my party for the past donkey's years who have been maintaining, there's no change, you know. So if Najib have some self-respect, Najib should thank the Malaysian people and of course the civil society for enlightening him, that allow him to move forward to abolish the Internal Security Act.